Hey everybody, my name is Seth Campbell, and I want to thank you for spending some time with me, for allowing me into your home. And I hope that as we spend a little bit of time together, that you'll have an opportunity to see the massive value of what's been put in your hands here. Obviously, a friend or family member probably handed you a DVD, or maybe they sent you a link to an internet website that you can go check this thing out. But I hope that as we go through the information that we're going to go over, that you can see the value that I saw when I was first introduced to this. You guys, something absolutely tremendous. It's something that truly has the potential to change your life. It absolutely changed mine. I was 24 years old when I was first introduced to this. Just to give you a little bit of my background, I was a full-time college student. And my resume was not very deep. I worked at a pizza place, I worked at a movie theater. Definitely was not somebody that you'd peg as a business person. But I got a phone call from my dad, and he said, "Hey, I've got to introduce you to something." Now, he knew I was going to school full time, and he knew what I was going to school for. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he calls and puts me on the phone with somebody to hear about an opportunity. And I'm somebody who, at that time in my life, I was definitely looking for an opportunity. As a matter of fact, if you're watching this right now, odds are you're probably the same way. You're probably, at least on some level, looking for some sort of an opportunity like I was. And so I got on the phone and I listened to what this gentleman had to say, and he spent about 10 minutes going through the information that we're going to go through here today. And after about 10 minutes, I realized that this was something that I absolutely had to do. And I'm going to tell you why I did it, what really attracted me to the information that we're about to go over. And what really brought me in was simply, I had realized over the course of the last few years of my life leading up to that time, I was 24 at that time, I'd realized that probably about 90% of the people out there live paycheck to paycheck. And it was a sad reality that if you look around, it doesn't matter where you live, you'll probably see that's about right. Most people live paycheck to paycheck. They go to work every single day, they go to work every day, every week, every month, just to pay their bills. And the other thing I realized is that most people spend the bulk of their time doing something that they don't want to do, doing something that's maybe not their first choice. Even if they enjoy their job, the odds are if you give, no matter what somebody does for a living, if you give them a couple $100 million, they're probably not going to go back to work tomorrow, right? Most people would probably spend their time, maybe fishing or traveling the world or doing something else. And I realized that that's the life that I was heading for. I was going to school full time. I was going to end up with a degree, and that degree was going to give me the ability to provide for my family, which is good, which is why I was going to school. But I realized I was on that same path where I was going to probably spend the rest of my life living paycheck to paycheck, probably 40 to 50 years of hard work, 40 to 50 hours a week, and I'm going to try to just pay the bills, hold things together, maybe scrape enough money together over the course of 40 to 50 years that I might be lucky enough to be one of the 20% now at this point that can actually retire at retirement age. I think it's actually less than 20%. And so for all those reasons, I was looking for an opportunity. And so when I got that phone call, my mind was open. I wanted something that could maybe give me just an escape strategy, just an out, so that I didn't have to spend the next 40 to 50 years of my life working 40 to 50 hours a week. This happened to be the vehicle. It happened to be something that caught just enough of my attention that I gave it my effort. I gave it my energy. And just to make a long story short, by the time I was 28 years old, I was completely retired. That's 4 years doing this, I was retired. I was in a situation that probably 40 years in the workforce would not have done for me. It put me in a position where time was no longer an issue for me, where money was no longer an issue for me. And now at the age of 31, I have my freedom, but what I do now is I help people do the same thing. I help people get their freedom. I share this message with other people so that they can go out, those who are looking, and they can find a better way, a different way. And what we're going to talk about a brand new publicly traded company, something that I'm willing to bet you have not heard of before. Maybe the person that gave you this DVD shared a little bit of information with you, but other than that, you probably haven't heard of what we're going to talk about because it's a brand new company, which is exciting. That's the best time to hear about a company is before everybody else has heard about it. And that's where you sit right now. And I hope that you can see the value in that. And I'm going to go over some stuff, some information about who we are and what we do. And if you see the value and you want to join us and participate with us, then our job is to help you do what I've done. Our job is to help you partner with us as a company and come on board and create your own lifestyle, your own dream. Okay, just to give you a little bit of idea of who we are and where we come from as a company, the name of our company is LifeVantage. You guys, in LifeVantage, where we started actually was in 2005. As far as our flagship product goes, we have a product called Pro Tandem. Now, I'm willing to bet that all of the information I'm giving you is new. You may or may not have seen a little ABC Primetime piece on our product. If you haven't, then you're probably going to see it shortly after this video. But what happened was in 2005, there was a scientist out of the University of Colorado in the United States who had developed a product that his claim on that product was simply this. Now, what's really interesting is if I have 10 people in this room, and all 10 of those people I take a sampling of their blood, I could take their blood to the laboratory, and at the lab they could look at those individuals' blood samples without knowing anything else about them, and they could tell me roughly how old those people are. They look at something in the blood called T-bars, which shows you someone's biological age. Well, this doctor made a claim that he said, I've got a product, it's 5 all-natural ingredients, no side effects, completely healthy. However, these 5 ingredients have a synergistic effect. And when they work together, and when you take it, After a couple of weeks, you can no longer distinguish an 80-year-old from a 20-year-old by looking at their blood. That's a pretty remarkable claim. What happened as a result of that is that a national news outlet, ABC Primetime, decided to come forward and do an investigative report, find out how legitimate this claim was. And so what happened was, and this is the ABC Primetime piece I'm referring to, that if you haven't seen it, we'll make sure you have a chance to see it shortly after this. But they took the host of the show of ABC Primetime, and they put him on. They actually sent him to the lab, and they took his blood. He had the blood of a 53-year-old man. They put him on our product, Protandim, for a period of about 2 weeks, and at the end of that 2 weeks, they took his blood again, and he had the blood of a child. They couldn't distinguish between his blood and the blood of a child. And you guys, that's what started this whole entire thing. Literally a breakthrough, a scientific breakthrough, a nutritional supplement that is able to do something in the human body that no other supplement has ever been able to do. It actually slowed down the rate of aging on the cellular level for this particular show host, which is an absolutely remarkable thing. Something, again, that's never been done before, okay? Now, here's the exciting thing. At that time in 2005, there was no distribution network. There was no network marketing company. There was no LifeVantage, really. It was a product. It was some scientists. And what happened was, fast forward now to 2009, all these universities had come forward. As a matter of fact, here's just a snapshot of some of the individuals, some of the universities that have done studies on Protandim, that have done studies on our product and what this product does. Some of the most well-respected medical institutions in the United States, as well as globally, some of the most respected medical institutions have done studies now, independent studies, validating what this product does. Okay, now it's incredibly exciting. These studies happen over the course of time, over the course of the next 4 or 5 years. 2009 rolls around, and they decide to launch as a publicly traded network marketing company out of the United States. Now, what's exciting about that, for those of you who don't know what network marketing simply is a way that it's a company that has a tremendous product or service to offer, but rather than putting on the shelves at a store or having a big TV commercial, they allow individuals like me, a college student, a broke college student, or some of my friends, they allow ordinary individuals to partner with the company, to share the message of the product, and then rather than paying the store for carrying on the shelf, they're going to just pay you directly. And the beautiful thing about network marketing is you can actually set up your own distribution network. You can actually share the information with people who decide that they want to become distributors, who they want to share information on the product, and then you get residual income. And I'm going to talk a little bit about residual income, but now you're going to get income, recurring income, based on the sale of product throughout your entire organization. That's a beautiful thing. That's what allowed me to retire by the age of 28. So we've got a breakthrough product, you guys, absolute breakthrough product in Protandim. 2009, we launched as a company, and in the first 4 to 5 years in the United States, we grew from nothing to over $200 million in revenue, which is absolutely remarkable. And we did that on the strength of Protandim. Now, this company, continuing its research, continuing the mission and the goal to help people live better, healthier lives, we've actually branched out now and created some other tremendous products, which you'll have an opportunity to hear in more detail about these products from the individual who gave you this video. My purpose is to give you just a brief overview of what we have going on. But some of these products, you guys, True Science Anti-Aging Skincare. It's a skincare that does the same thing in your skin cells that Protandim does inside of your body. Absolutely remarkable stuff. We've got energy products. We've got clean, natural, guilt-free energy, stuff that's a lot better than the stuff you're going to get on the shelves at a gas station, called Axio. We just launched a line of weight loss products called Physique, which is kind of a smart, scientific approach to weight loss. It's actually more of a weight management system. So scientifically validated breakthrough products, you guys. And the exciting thing is it's stuff that probably you've never heard of before, that your friends and family have probably never heard of before. But as we've seen just over the last 7 years here in the United States, these are products that are literally taking this country by storm. We've got many people who are having experiences on this product, who are becoming attached to these products because of what they do in their lives. They bring value to people's lives, and that's why we've been able to grow the way we've grown. And as we expand internationally, we end up in countries like Australia, Japan, the United Kingdom. We are just now getting off the ground in the United Kingdom, which is absolutely exciting. We're going to continue to do this. We're going to continue to change lives with these tremendous products. That's who we are. That's where we come from as a company. What I want to talk to you about is what this all means for you. What it means for you watching this video right now, getting this information for the first time. Scientific breakthrough of a product, something that you've never heard of before. Let me just illustrate one thing to you that maybe can bring home the message of why it's so important that you're watching this video right now. You guys, across the world, we only have, I think, somewhere in the ballpark of 60,000 distributors worldwide who are actually actively participating and sharing these products. That's not a lot. We're a very, very brand new company. Let me put it to you this way. I'm willing to bet you've probably heard of a company called Apple. Okay? As a matter of fact, the odds are pretty good that you have an Apple device in your home somewhere. I want you to ask yourself one simple question. If you had $10,000 to invest with Apple right now, would you rather invest that money today? Or would you rather go back in time to the late 1970s or early 1980s When Steve Jobs was just developing the idea of Apple out of his father-in-law's or stepfather's garage, would you rather invest the money with him then? It's kind of a dumb question, right? Or how about Google? How would you like to buy stock in Google right now? Or how would you like to go back in time 10 years ago and buy stock in Google before it really became Google? Before everybody talks about, hey, have you Googled that? Have you Googled this, right? Before it became a buzzword, right? Within our own industry, here's an example. I'm willing to bet you've probably heard of a company called Herbalife, okay? They're about a 33-year-old company, I believe. They're in 81 countries and nations around the world. They've got millions of people that take their products, and they do over $5 billion in annual revenue. Now, if you had the choice of being a part of Herbalife today or going back in time 30 years ago, what would you rather choose? That's the whole point of the value of what you have in your hands right now. You have an opportunity to be a pioneer and be on the ground floor of a brand new company that I'm telling you that most of the people, maybe none of the people you know, have ever heard of before. That's exciting. You guys, you have something very, very special in your hands, and that's when I recognize the value of that. That's why I decided to do it, and that's what's absolutely changed my life. Let me just share with you just a few things. If you decide you'd like to become a distributor, if you decide that you'd like to partner with us in getting these life-changing products out there, let me share with you a few things that as far as how this works, a few things that are going to work in your favor. As a distributor, you have the opportunity, like we mentioned, to share product with people, to share the information with people, and you're going to get paid. Here's how that works. First of all, if you look at this graphic here, what this shows you is this actually shows you a breakdown of the 3 different ways to get involved. Now, as a distributor, there are 3 ways to get involved. There's kind of a lower, middle, and upper section. You'll get involved based on the value that you see in the opportunity. And obviously, you're going to get a lot more product and value if you come in at the higher levels. And the way that it breaks down as far as the upfront goes, as far as your return on investment goes, is basically once you've found 3 business partners, 3 individuals who want to partner with you in this venture, you're in for free, right? Now you have got your return on investment and you can move forward with a profit, okay? As you go through the process of building a network, as you go through the process of sharing the information with people, something beautiful occurs, and it's called duplication. Let me give you an example of how that works. In my time in this business, I've probably had about roughly 30 people that have decided to come on board. Some of them to be product users, some of them to be distributors. But about 30 people have decided to come on board. However, that 30 people has grown into about 50,000 people now in my personal organization across the country and around the world, okay? When that happens, if you take a look at this graphic, the first residual way to get paid is called the unilevel royalty bonus. This basically is a breakdown of what you're going to get paid on the recurring product orders of all of the customers in your organization as well as distributors. In this example, if you just look, if you were to grow by multiples of 5, just 3 generations in depth, just to keep the math really, really simple, that's going to pay you a residual income of somewhere around $30,000 a year, $2,500 a month, okay? Now think about this. What would that be like as a passive income? Mailbox money. If you had an extra $2,500 a month coming in, what would that do for your lifestyle? Not necessarily meaning that you quit your job, although some of you might be able to, but just that extra money, what would that mean? Okay, that's unilevel royalty bonus. If you grow another generation, 5 by 5 by 5 by 5, a 4th generation, now we're talking about a 6-figure income. We're talking about more than $100,000 per year, which is life-changing money for a lot of people. You guys, I remember when I got to that 6-figure income point for me, that was something I never thought I could do. I did that while I was a college student, okay? It's something that's absolutely possible to do, and that's the beauty of this compensation plan. If you look at this next bonus, this graphic is about what's called the matching bonus. The way the matching bonus works, you guys, is as you go through the process of sharing this with individuals, anybody that you decide to bring on board as a distributor, for the rest of their life in this company, you're going to get a 10% match on their income. So if you bring me into this thing, and I make, let's say, $10,000 a month, every time the company sends me my $10,000, they're going to add $1,000 to your check. Okay, you get a 10% match on my income. Now, where it gets cool is everyone that they bring in, you're going to get a 5% match on their income. And everyone that those individuals bring in, now on your 3rd level, you're going to get a 5% match on their income. On the 4th level, same thing, 5% match. All the way down to the 5th level, you're going to get a 5% match on their income. Okay? This is what ties us together as a team. This is what ensures that you will have some help and some support as you move through this process, because there's somebody who's going to get a match on your income. They're going to have a financial incentive to make sure that you make money, which is a beautiful thing. The last residual bonus that we're going to talk about, I don't have a graphic for this one, but it's called the elite pool. The way the elite pool works, you guys, there's 10 different ranks you can achieve in the company. I'm going to talk about the ranks in just one moment. But the way that it breaks down is we've got basically Pro 1 through Pro 10. And as you move through the process of building a team, as your team grows, your rank grows. Well, the top 4 ranks, Pro 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s, what's going to happen is every single month, the company is going to take 4% of all global revenue, and they're going to put it into a pool. And that pool is going to be shared amongst their 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s, basically in proportion to their rank. The 10s are going to get a bigger piece than the 9s, who get a bigger piece than the 8s, and a bigger piece than the 7s. But what this does is it essentially makes you a partner now in the company. Let me explain what that means. You're already making a residual income on the sale of product within your organization. But now as soon as you hit that 7th rank or that 8th rank, okay, now what's going to happen is every single month, You're going to get a piece of every single bottle of product sold worldwide, globally. Every single bottle of Pro Tandem, every single bottle of True Science anti-aging cream that's sold worldwide, whether it's in your group or not, you're going to get a cut. You're going to get a piece of it, basically, which is tremendous because now you profit on the sales of everything that happens in the company, whether you participated in those sales or not. Tremendous thing, you guys, absolutely tremendous. This next graphic I'm going to show you real quick. This is a breakdown of our income disclosure statement. Basically, just shows you what the average earnings are for distributors at given ranks. I want you to pay particular attention to your Pro 4, Pro 5, Pro 6, those middle ranks. Look at the Pro 7. The average Pro 4 in this company makes a little over $1,000 per month. What would an extra $1,000 per month showing up in your mailbox do for you? Right? The average Pro 5 making a little over $2,000 per month. Your average Pro 6 over $5,000 a month. And then at the point of Pro 7, now it's a six-figure income, over $10,000 a month. Absolutely tremendous. Tremendous because we're talking about ordinary people. We're talking about people who have never done this before, never participated in this industry before. Or maybe it's people that have done it 2 or 3 times and they were not able to make it work. They struggled or they failed in the other ventures. Now they're with us, and because we've got the breakthrough products that we have, because we have the scientific validation that we have, and because we've got this compensation plan we have, they're having success. Ordinary people around the world are having success. They're creating residual income for the first time in their lives, something that people try to do for 40, 50 years, right? Gather money, save money, save money, save money, invest, invest, invest. Maybe by the time you're 65, you'll have a couple thousand a month coming in residually. Or find something better. Find something that you can do right now, that you can create residual income right now. Think about what your life would look like 2, 3 years from now. If you had a residual income that you could retire on, what would your life look like every single day? You guys, that's the value of what's being brought to you. And again, timing is absolutely critical. You're on the ground floor. You're among the first people to hear about it. And who do you think has the highest potential for success, frankly, in any business venture? It's people like you, people such as yourselves who are hearing about this first. You guys, I hope that you can feel the excitement of what you're being presented with. Absolutely tremendous stuff. It's changed my life. I've watched it change literally thousands and thousands of lives, not only from a product standpoint because of the benefits of the products, but also from a business standpoint. I've seen people who are able to fire their boss, who are able to maybe bring their spouse home, pay their mortgage off, things like that because of this opportunity. That's what you're being given. You're being given an opportunity to partner with us. We'd love to have you. If you guys like what you see, if this all makes sense, if it's something you think you'd like to participate in, my advice is whoever gave you this video, get back with them as soon as possible. Ask them what the next steps are and they can get you going. Thank you guys, and goodbye for now.